accordance with the riches of God's grace. He lavished on us with all wisdom and understanding.
All right, that word choose, what does it mean? What's the word choose? We got some key words we're going to look at this morning. Say again? Have a choice. Anything else? Secondly, select. Alternative. Anything else? Anything else? Choose.
Conscious decision.
Conscious decision. All right. Let's just think about this choosing or choice or decision. Let's take us out of the equation for a minute. All right. Israel. Was Israel chosen? Was Israel chosen?
Yes.
Yes.
What does it mean that when you say Israel was chosen? What do we mean by that?
And they were set aside.
Set aside. Anything else?
And that were the people that was chosen for the Savior to come through.
Chosen for the Savior to come through. Were they chosen because of their goodness, their strength, their might?
No.
What was the category used to choose in Israel? What is the category used for choosing Israel? Anybody?
Wife would say predestined.
Predestined?
Predestined to be used.
Anything else?
You said what is the category?
What was the category that God used to choose Israel?
To show his favor.
To show his favor? Okay. Anything else?
They were a part of his plan to bring his son
Part of
into
his
the
plan?
world.
Still no plan?
It seemed that they when you start off looking at their history, they were enslaved. They were always struggling and having problems. So we know how with Jesus' example, he was always around those who were going through things. Those who were the lowest of the low. To show them that they mattered also. So what God brought them through, as a people, that's what I see.
Okay. Because of their stature, all right. When we think about Israel, how many other nations was there? Several nations, right? So we have among the nations. God chose Israel. His selection, again, is going according to his purpose. Right? Israel, matter of fact, Deuteronomy is going to show us that they were the weakest, they were not the most righteous. As a matter of fact, they're not even going to be the most faithful. But in keeping with God's purpose, they were chosen. Right? In God's purpose, they're chosen because of his promise that he made. Right? He made a particular promise. Anybody can remember that promise that was made why Israel had to be the chosen nation? All right, let's go across to Genesis chapter 12, from verse number 1. Sure. Go on, listen. Okay. Say it, please. Actually, some folks and I were just talking about that this week. The beginning of the Jewish nation started with Genesis chapter 12, right? Before Genesis, all we had is people, right? From Genesis 12, we find this particular family that's going to be chosen, right? From this chosen person is going to come this nation that is called Israel, right? So we got to remember, before Genesis 12, there's no such thing as a Jewish nation, right? A matter of fact, what we're going to realize is that Abraham was not even a Jew prior to Genesis 12, right? Prior to Genesis 12, Abraham was from Ur of the Chaldees, so he was a Chaldean, right? However, after Genesis 12, you have this choosing taking place, then the narrowing down of a family, and then not just even all of Abraham's descendants, but through one particular seed, the Jewish nation comes into being. All right, so we're gonna see it. Let's just go Genesis 12, and we're gonna go from there. We're gonna see it. All right, who's there?
Now,
From verse 1.
now the Lord had said unto Abraham, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee.
So when we talk about Genesis 12, right, one thing to the promise, God said, Abraham, one, get out from your homeland. And in that homeland, we're using that homeland to conclude all things. So you gotta get out from your country, get out from your father's house, and go to a land that I will show you. Right? Look at what happens next.
And I will make of thee a great nation.
So the nation is not in existence yet. They say, I will, which is talking about future action. Right? With me? Right? So he says, I will make you a great nation. So even at this time, the nation does not exist. Even at this time as we are talking or reading Genesis, the